Hi, it's Mrs. Cox with this week's Design and Technology Challenge. I'll share my screen and then we'll have a look at what we're learning about today. Okay, so after we had a look at cardboard chairs last week, I thought this week we'd have a bit more of a look at sustainable design. So sustainable means it can keep going. And there's been a lot of interest in this since we became more aware of some of the downsides of plastic. So what is the problem with plastic? Plastic is really useful. If you look around the school or look around your house, you will find that we use plastic for all sorts of things. And that's because it's got lots of good properties. It's cheap, it can be strong, it can be flexible, and it's very versatile. We can use it for all sorts of different things. You can make nearly anything from plastic, but there are problems with it. Natural materials like wood and cotton break down quite easily. They rot, they go into the soil, and they become part of food for other plants. So natural materials are much more sustainable than plastic. The problem with plastic is once we make something out of plastic, it just stays there. It doesn't break down like natural materials do. It lasts a very long time. And we're not always very good at getting rid of it carefully or reusing it. What you can see in this picture is an island of plastic rubbish that has been thrown away, has ended up going to the sea and has formed a big, horrible pile that just floats on the ocean. This is in the sea in the Caribbean. And we're not good at thinking about what we do with our plastic when we've finished with it. And if we want to know what we can do, there are three things. We can reduce, we can use less plastic. So we could maybe drink some water from the tap instead of buying a plastic bottle. We could have our own bottle that we fill up rather than keep throwing away new bottles. We can reuse, so we could maybe save plastic bags and reuse them rather than buying new plastic bags. And we can recycle. We can use the materials again for something else. And this has really affected the design world. So lots of designers are thinking, can they use natural materials? Can they make plastic things that are stronger and will last longer, so they're not just used once and thrown away? And can they reuse materials? And we've just got three interesting examples here. These chairs are made out of plastic bottles, and the plastic has been melted down and formed into this kind of webbing, which is then moulded into a plastic chair, a recycled plastic chair. The middle picture is somebody making a carpet, a rug, out of old fabric, old clothes cut up, and they're making it into a rag rug so that those clothes have a new life as something new. And the last picture is a chair shape made out of discarded, thrown away plastic drinking straws, and somebody has bonded them together to make this incredible chair shape. So lots of designers are thinking about what can we do with materials that would otherwise be thrown away. And sometimes they're just kind of playing with ideas and coming up with things that will never be made in big numbers and sold. But actually there are some firms that are selling incredible recycled products. And I came across this firm in England that makes cardboard furniture, and they use recycled cardboard to make quite strong but very light cardboard furniture. So you can see here we've got a bench made of cardboard. Here we've got a little occasional table, and this is a footstool. So if you were watching television, you could just put your feet on this stool and be very comfortable. And these products that they make, the big advantage of them, the places they work really well, they might not last very long in your house. They might only last a year or so. So cardboard products might not be the best choice if they're going to have a lot of use every day. But if you're only going to use something a few times, and if you need it to be very light so that you can move it round, they're ideal. And here you see they're being used. This is an exhibition, and you've got the bench and the tables being used there. And here, this is a display in a shop. Well, they're perfect for this because you just want something that looks good, but is easy to set up. And there you can see their little cardboard tables in a display in a shop. So in the other video, I'm going to show you some ideas about designing your own cardboard table. And as always, there are 3 levels to this challenge. So you could start by drawing your design for a table made from recycled materials. You could make your own model table from recycled materials, and I'll give you some ideas about how. Or you could do some research of your own. You could write us a piece of writing that explains why are companies designing furniture from recycled materials, and can you research online and find some examples of furniture from recycled materials. We would love to see what you can come up with. So have a look at the other video and we will really enjoy looking at your designs.